Online, though, it's really about space, right? They're more interested in what's been going on with, of course, this just journey to the far side of the moon that China had successfully implemented here this week as well. Officials say that Chang'e's 6th lunar lander collected some samples and even left a Chinese flag on the far side of the moon before blasting off for its return to Earth, also leaving a little bit of a patriotic message of late. Do we have that picture? Let's show it. Let's bring in our China correspondent, Min Lo, to explain what's really been the social media response so far.
Yeah, it's really something that has really captured the imagination of the Chinese people, because this spacecraft, before it, as it blasted off, it took a picture of what it left behind, and there was this imprint that resembles a Chinese character for 中国的中, which is the Chinese, the first Chinese character in the word for China. And so people are sending around this picture, and they're commenting about how proud a moment this is for China, because of course China was the first to land on the far side of the moon back in 2019, and they just did it again. And also interesting, some commenters also mentioned, kind of make fun of this by saying that, oh, look, the far side of the moon is now an inalienable part of China. It's belonged to China since historic times. So kind of making reference at the standard lines that the Chinese Foreign Ministry often use when they assert their sovereignty over Taiwan and the South China Sea.
Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, some people are like, it looks like a cross. It doesn't really look like a Chinese character. But yeah, I see it, though.
Yeah.
So, tell us about the significance of this milestone for China, really.
Yeah, it's a huge milestone because, I mean, it's an amazing feat of engineering, because it's very hard to land on the far side of the moon because of communication issues. You would have to use a satellite to relay communications with a spacecraft, and it's also not very flat. So they had to use an autonomous detection system to find a relatively flat surface. And they also targeted this South Pole Aitken Basin. It is one of the largest and oldest impact craters known to mankind. And the significant thing about landing there is because it's so gigantic, it's 13 kilometers deep. That means it allows the Chinese to pick up samples that could have been ejected from deep within the moon's mantle when this crater was created billions of years ago. So these are materials, soil that has never been seen by man before. The Chinese scientists obviously have first dibs on analyzing them, and then foreign scientists can also apply to take a look at them. And it's all part of the space race with the United States as well.